I'm here with Kinetic Vibez, and they do partnerships with schools because they are a social venture and they're artists in their own right. So tell me your name.
My name is Rajesh Shaker.
Okay.
My name is Ravion Reed.
Okay.
My name is Saeed Jalajal.
And I came up with the idea for teaching production and teaching hip hop culture through the production. And then just from being friends with Raj and us just talking about yoga and mindfulness, it started to like make sense to me. And then one day, I was just like, kinetic, that's moving, vibes is the music, kinetic vibes, and it just made sense. So with the idea of a social venture is that we are actually helping heal a social ill, right? Which is kids that deal with stress, depression, and anxiety. So we are using that as a platform to empower these kids.
I think as artists, we get the perspective of like what it's like to create, right? And so the process of creation is a very individual process and it allows you to know more about the world around you. And it allows you to, I found a lot about myself through music. And so we use those tools in order to be able to give the kids the same resources and to help them feel better about themselves.
Okay, so as a vehicle for them to explore
Absolutely,
and
and
create
express
their own identity.
Yeah.
Just being aware, right? Being aware and of what you're doing and what you're putting out. So even with creating music, you have to be aware of what direction you're moving in, right? Like, is it going to be a BPM that's high pace? Is it going to be upbeat? Is it going to be slower? You know, so you have to understand where you're at with that. Whereas within yoga, it's the same thing. Am I a little bit too upbeat right now, or do I need to pick it up? You know what I mean? And so you're doing the same thing. You're exploring even through vibration and sound as well. So that's where we kind of create that link, because it's all about awareness.
And where we kind of compound on that is that we use something called critical consciousness, where we take the mindfulness piece and we push it a step toward further, where we empower kids to do something about those things in their communities, right? So critical consciousness is being aware, being mindful of what's going on around you, and then also having the tools to kind of combat those things. So when we did our pilot, we did PSAs. The students did PSAs.
And each of those PSAs, they created their own music for it, not just the script. You know what I mean? So it really ties together. Initially, we went to the store to talk to them about maybe how can we get a business account going? How can we get an account going where we can get more technology through Microsoft? So we went with something in mind, and another way that it's like a gift sometimes, right? So one of the employees there was very helpful, and he was like, hey, with what you guys have going on, it sounds really cool. Have you heard about this? You just stand in front of a camera and you just explain what you got going on in 60 seconds. Might as well try it out. And we did that.
I mean, and then just a little caveat before that, we actually did like a summer camp at the Microsoft store last summer. So we were at the Microsoft store in the Galleria all summer teaching music production and graphic design. So after using their products, I like the products a lot. So that's when that happened.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, I think Microsoft also has this initiative towards being more not only mindful but also trying to empower other people. I mean, if you look at one of their commercials, it's a child in a wheelchair playing the video game, and so it's giving opportunities to other people that maybe not was there before. And I think that's why Microsoft is really big on partnering with us, is because we are trying to empower other people and we're trying to give kids a platform in order to be able to express themselves.